Welcome to the channel. Today we're unboxing and reviewing the AW Jazweres exclusive 1 of 3000 FTR. Now, before we get into the review itself, let's run over the packaging for this 2-pack here. We do have the front here, which does have the FTR and Little Legends on the front. You do have the RH symbol there. You have FTR, Little Legends on the back, and RH there. That's the first cardboard layer. Now we're going to show you what the other layers look like. We're back in a sec for that. Here is the next layer of the packaging. You have the front of that here. Nice sleeves, got the FTR on this side, got the FTR on the back. Just have some nice like 80s rip detail there. FTR the front top there. All nice and colourful. And then the FTR tape on the side, which you do pull, of course, out to get your living legends here, your FTR figures. So, there's the front, there is the Little Legends on the side. You see the 1 of 3000 sticker up the top. There is your cassette tape cover that just tells you it's Cash Wheeler and Dax Wildwood in there. Here is your side, FTR. Here is the back. Nothing on the bottom except for your information, bits and bobs. But this is a very nice 2-pack. I would like to get another one of these one day to get signed. But for now, we'll open this one up. But this looks very cool. Now I'm going to cut back once we have the figures here out of the packaging. So back in just a moment. So we do have Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler out of the packaging here. Let us start off with Dax Harwood's. Now, we've got the articulation here. Very nice articulation on this Dax Harwood figure. Dax does go up a little bit. Not fantastic amount, but still pretty good on both sides. Very stiff, I would say. Double jointed pinned arms on both figures here. It's better to say with the E-pad on Dax Harwood. Nice tension detail, of course, this being an exclusive, there's more time to put more detail and bits and bobs into this. You got the nice chest hair here. I will say this, looking at these in person, these are way better than their unrivaled, well, they're unrivaled figures and their WWE figures. I don't know any of their WWE figures, but I can tell you definitely these head scans are way better. More attention to detail there. You got the FTR on the knee pads as well. Of course, these do bend pretty well. I'd say he's popping a lot. He is popping out a lot. But if you do want to clarify comparisons, we will do that later on. But look at that. That looks way better. For your accessories for Dax Harwood, you do get, of course, a pair of mic holding hands and a pair of fisted hands, which we will show off later on with our comparisons. We also have an ROH Tag Team title for Mr. Dax Harwood and a Dax Harwood jacket here. If I can pick it up. There you go. Dax Harwood on the jacket and on the back, that retro FTR with a nice rainbow on the sides. Oh, this looks fantastic. I will say there was a lot of baggage on my on both of these guys. So I don't know if there's a chance of staining, but if not, we can always wash the acetone off. So that's Dax Harwood. I would say he's a really good figure out of the two. I do think this Dax has benefited more from this figure being released over Cash, but they both have pretty good attention to detail. Again, with Cash, run into Cash quickly. Nice chest hair detail. Nice tattoo detail on the side here. On the back as well. Finally got that tattoo complete. Only took him ages. I think exactly like since NXT it's not been complete. Oh, what are we doing, Dax? What are you doing? I mean, Cash. Double jointed pins, arms here. I do think I prefer AEW figures having pin joints, because it's still double jointed, and I think it gives them that sort of uniqueness still. And of course, decent ab crunch. Not an amazing, but still pretty good ab crunch on the Dax Harwood. Does a nice little pop back as well, and then all the way back there with the articulation. Of course, got the FTR, got the date on the back, which is a very nice gear as well. Nice vibrant boots, grey with like the rainbows on the back, retro style here. An amazing head scan again compared to his old one, which we will do, of course, do comparisons in a minute or so. Then, same accessories, comes with a pair of fists. The Cash Wheeler jackets, which is the Legend 11 jacket. Same on the back, same detail, no detail on the actual shoulders and sleeves this time, and RH Tag Team title we will now cut back to do some bigger comparisons and then give you my final thoughts on this 2-pack here. So for your first set of comparisons, you do have, well, their previous figures. I don't own the Unrivaled Series, I think it's Unrivaled Series 12. But I do own the Unrivaled Series 7, and you can tell the difference. So these have way more attention to detail onto them, but they've got better jackets first of all. You've got the chest hair. They even look more realistic, rather than these, which just look cartoony and just dull. To be fair, honest with you, just dull. Don't look like either of the guys. But now you've got these ones. I would 100%, if you want an FTR for your collection, I would 100% suggest getting the 2-pack here instead of Unrivaled Series 7 or 14, or any of the WWE ones. Now, for one last set of figure comparisons, because of course I believe this is based off Jay Briscoe's last match, which is those RH 2-pack Mark Briscoe, and of course Dax is fallen over now, and Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe here. Like, I can 100% suggest picking these up. If you even own these Briscoes alone, I think you have to pick these up. But man, like, you have amazing packaging. The figures are amazing themselves. I have no complaints whatsoever, except for the fact that I think they should have put maybe some white inside that jacket. And the titles are a bit loose on the figures themselves, but rather than that, definitely suggest perhaps picking them up. Overall, if I had to give them a total out of 10, I'd give it a solid 9.5. Maybe if they just made those titles a little bit looser, maybe the jackets a little bit bigger to fit the titles around while they're wearing the jackets. But that's just me. But anyways, if you agree, if you disagree, let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you, and goodbye.